A woman who rarely posts online can confuse people, not because she is strange, but because the world has become too used to people exposing every part of themselves. These days, many people don't just live moments anymore. They document them. Happiness becomes evidence. Heartbreak becomes captions. Beauty becomes performance. Personal growth becomes a public announcement. A woman who does not post on social media has often outgrown the need to perform her life for people who bring nothing to it. She has learned that attention is cheap, opinions are noisy, and not everyone watching you is happy for you. So today we are talking about the 5 psychological truths behind women who don't post much on social media. 1. They've built internal validation systems. There's a serious difference between enjoying attention and being controlled by it. A woman with internal validation does not need the internet to tell her who she is. Compliments may feel good, but they do not build her identity. Likes may come, but they do not decide her mood. Views may rise, but they are not the reason she feels valuable. That is why her quietness looks strange to people who survive on reaction. Social media has trained many people to beg without calling it begging. They post to be admired. They show moments to create envy. They upload pictures to feel chosen. They act confident, but deep inside, they are waiting for strangers to confirm what they should have already known about themselves. A woman who does not live like that becomes difficult to control. You cannot starve her with silence. You cannot buy her with shallow compliments. You cannot make her feel invisible just because you stopped watching her story. Her worth was not built in public, so public reaction cannot destroy it. That is the quiet power people don't understand. A woman like this may be living beautifully, loving deeply, healing privately, and building seriously, while others assume nothing is happening because nothing is being posted. That assumption is their blindness, not her emptiness. 2. They practice selective vulnerability. A quiet woman is not always closed. Many times, she is just careful with access. The internet has confused exposure with honesty. People now think being real means telling everyone who hurt them, what broke them, who disappointed them, and what they are struggling to recover from. But pain is not content. Trauma is not decoration. Vulnerability without wisdom can become self-betrayal. A woman with discernment knows this. Her emotions are not dead. Her heart is not made of stone. She may feel things deeply, but she refuses to hand the softest parts of herself to people who only came to watch. That is not secrecy. That is self-respect. The world is full of people who pretend to care while collecting information. They study your weak moments, save your mistakes, judge your choices, and later call it concern. A woman who has seen enough of that no longer gives everyone front row seats to her private battles. She opens up where trust exists. She speaks where loyalty has been proven. She lets people close only when their character has earned the door. That is why she may look hard to know. She is not trying to be mysterious. She has simply learned that access to her inner world is not free. 3. They have a high privacy orientation. A private woman does not believe her life belongs to public eyes. Her relationship is not community property. Her body is not for strangers to evaluate. Her money, family, movement, pain, joy, and future plans are not things she must explain to people who have no role in her life. This is where many people get uncomfortable. They are used to seeing everything. They expect updates. They feel entitled to proof. They want evidence that you are loved, happy, successful, desired, healed, and doing well. A private woman does not answer to that pressure. She understands that exposure has a price. The more people see, the more they assume. The more they know, the more they talk. Too much access invites noise into places that should remain peaceful. So she protects her world, not out of fear, out of value. And people guard what matters. Nobody leaves precious things in the open and calls it confidence. A woman who understands privacy knows that the most important parts of life become weaker when too many careless eyes are invited in. That is why she does not feel guilty for keeping things to herself. Her life is not content. Her peace is not a performance. Her relationship does not need an audience before it becomes real. And once a woman understands that, she becomes powerful in a way loud people cannot fake. 4. Their silence is often misread. And that's the point. A woman who does not post much will always be misunderstood by people who worship visibility. They will call her boring because they cannot see her lifestyle. But a grounded woman does not waste energy correcting every wrong story people create in their heads. She knows who loves her. She knows what she is building. She knows the peace she protects. Strangers may doubt what they cannot see, but she is not living to satisfy their curiosity. That is freedom. In a loud world, silence creates power, not because she is trying to look special, but because she has removed herself from the desperate competition for attention. Many people are fighting to be seen. She is choosing to be respected. Many people are performing happiness. She is protecting peace. Many people are chasing reaction. She is living beyond the need to prove. So before people call her quiet life boring, they should ask themselves why they need to see everything before they believe it exists. Because the woman who posts less may not be missing anything. She may simply know that the most precious parts of life are better protected than displayed. And that is why her silence is not insecurity. It is power.